Hey y'all, so I am back I'm trying to make my own tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce. So I picked several tomatoes from my garden. There's different varieties that I have in here actually. All right, I have some of these. I have some little cherry ones in here. I got some that don't look so nice, which I was a little worried about, but guess what? I'm gonna cut around it. And it was just in time. I was watching Miss Homestead Heart, so I was like, yes, just in time, all right? Because I did have some little ugly tomatoes, but I figured out I would pick them as they're turning orange and put them in the sun, or actually just sit them outside once I pick them, and they turn within a day or two, all right? But if I forget or if I don't go to my garden daily, because sometimes I do get lazy, or I'm like, you know what, nothing's really changed, but every day something's different. All right. If I don't pick them in time, they do split open. And here's a whole bowl full of tomatoes. And I still have some coming in, so I haven't picked them all. I even visited one of my neighbors. He has like hundreds of tomato plants down the street. So I just stopped and I bought some for like $5. All right. Excuse me. Don't mind this. I just got out of the hospital. I'm all right though. All right. So I'm going to use for my seasoning, I got some green peppers, all right? I do have some of those growing as well. I have some onions. I'm going to use 3 and 3. I got some garlic, which I'm going to add once I'm actually done with the sauce. I'm not going to put in the overall pot. And then from the garden, I have some thyme. It's soaking in water. I have a Mexican bell pepper, some serranos and some hot Thai chili peppers. I'm going to make one batch of spicy spaghetti sauce, and the rest of them I'm going to make regular, like a traditional. And one I'm going to make with like a garlic basil. So I have some basil as well. I grow these around my tomatoes. They seem to grow really well together, right? And they're very strong. So I have some of that, and I got some rosemary soaking in my water. All right, I'm gonna throw that in the sauce as it's cooking. So right now, I'm going to cut up my tomatoes. I've already washed them all. And again, the not so pretty ones, I'm going to cut around. All right, and I have a big, it's not huge because I don't have that much, but I have one of these pots for almost an hour. All right, and it's gonna cook down for about an hour. I just want to eat some of them, but I'm just gonna cut them up just like this, just to save space really, and to cook down a little better and let that go. All right, I'm gonna cut up the rest and then I will be back. Another reason I want to try this is I've noticed you can tell the difference between the ones in the store that are like, they don't have nothing else in it. I usually read the labels, even though they could lie, but I do read the labels, and I like buying things where I actually can recognize all the ingredients and nothing added. And usually the ones that have nothing really added to it, and you can even look at it and tell that it's, you know, it's the good stuff, they cost more. They're like $5 or even $6 for a jar of tomato sauce. That's ridiculous. But I understand what the time that gets put into actually making this from scratch, because this is a lot of work. It really is. First of all, to grow those tomatoes, if you have different, I don't know if y'all can hear the tomatoes going on, they're cooking down. Not only are you growing them and taking that time every day to go out and check on them, I don't use any fertilizer on any of my plants just because I just don't want to. Not saying nothing's wrong with it, but I'm also in the mindset, I mean, they didn't have this, you know, back in the day. They have to grow their food. I don't care about the size. And my stuff may be coming in later, but it's still coming in. All right, and I know what's in it for the most part. So I don't use any. And I also think about, what if years from now Like right now, some places where you can't find seeds or the prices are going up, like 3 times the price, right now. Because you can literally grow crops all year round. You can have food all year round. But right now, there's certain places where I haven't seen where they would usually have seeds, right, in certain plants. But taking into account the time that goes into it, oh, what I was going to say was, years from now, what if, the fertilizer is just not available because the price is jacked up, or they just discontinue, or you can't even get out to get fertilizer. So you got to figure out how to grow your stuff without all of that. So I don't like being dependent on certain things. And that includes medicine as well. So I have a medicinal garden that I'm about to start. So I'm a little excited about that. Alright. So that's just sharing some thoughts on why I'm doing it. Have I bought tomato sauce? Yes. But with a bigger family, it's really no leftovers. I have to use at least 2 jars of tomato sauce to feed the whole family and have leftovers. And I do add water just to thin it out a little bit, but I do like a thicker sauce. So again, it is costly if you have a bigger family and you do intend on having leftovers. All right, I am done cutting up all my tomatoes. The ones that didn't seem too right, I'm going to put all of those in my compost pile. And I actually, let me get my paper towel. And a few of them, not all of them, because again, this should be easy. And it is. I saved some of the seeds, and I'm going to let them dry out on my paper towel. Alright, and I'm going to plant those later this year, so they'll be ready for spring, so they can actually harden. So some of these tomatoes, I have different types. I don't even remember everything that I picked. Alright, I have some, are they indigo? Yeah, I have some indigo green apple tomatoes. I have some chocolate cherry tomatoes. I got a giant, I don't know what the Johnson ones, the German tomatoes. I have some cherry ones. I'm trying to think what else I have out there. I don't have any Roma this year. I lost those in the frost, so I got irritated and didn't even buy anymore. I'm like, forget it. I had like 6, and I was going to use those for my tomato sauce. But I don't have those this year, so I'll do that next year. And I usually buy those already as plants once they harden at the nursery, and then I plant them from there. I usually don't start those from seed. But I'm going to try it this time, this year coming up. Alright, so my tomatoes, if you can hear them, excuse me, they're still going. I have the temperature on low. Alright, I'm going to check on those. I mean, I'm right here, but I can check on that periodically. Make sure everything is good. And again, it should cook for about an hour. But while that's cooking, I'm going to be cutting up the green peppers and the onions. And then I'm going to add my rosemary from the garden. And I have my thyme. And I got some oregano. Let me add some of this juice. So I'm going to try it without making a mess. Almost. Wait a minute, that's a lot of seeds left on here. Hold on, let me save these. And get these to dry out. You see all those seeds? Can y'all see that? And I have some more over here. Of course, these are mixed together, so I don't know what these are. I'm just going to put them in the dirt. And I'll figure out once they actually bloom what they are. All right, so I'm gonna cut these peppers up. I'm gonna cut them up small, and then I'm gonna just add that to the tomatoes with the onions, and I will be back. All right, y'all, so I just cut one of the peppers. This is usually what I do. I actually get, see those little peppers? And it really depends, like the hot peppers. When I cook with those, I usually leave the seeds in because I want all the spice. And it's just something about seeing the seeds. I actually like them, so I don't usually take them out. But with the green peppers, I'm actually going to take those little seeds out. But I took out the middle. You see all these? You see all those seeds on there? Oops, gotta mix it with the tomatoes. Oopsie, but I can tell they're obviously a different shape. Tomato seeds are very small. All right, so I'm gonna pick these off after I'm done, after the tomatoes are cooking down. And then I'm gonna lay them on this paper towel to actually dry out for like a day or two. And I say a day or two, I'm gonna put them somewhere so they don't accidentally throw them away again. Because if not, what had happened last time, I was trying to hurry and get them out the way. So I put them in my little bags that I have. And what happened was, some of them were still wet. So when I went to check on them the other day, they were molding. So I'm like, oh, I just ruined them. So I had to throw that bag of seeds away. It was like a waste. And I had so many, because I had made some stuffed peppers. All right, and I had 5 peppers. You can imagine all 5 of those with all those seeds that it produced. And they're just going to waste. So I will take my time this time and actually let those air dry out. All right, so just wanted to give that little tip. And again, if you buy the pepper, it really depends. I went to one of my local Mexican grocery stores. Their peppers were only 75 cents. When I went to, can't remember where I went. It may have been the commissary. It was like $1 and something a pepper. So I'm like, what in the world? But again, once you buy it, it's like buying a pack of seeds. They cost the same thing. So why not buy the pepper and then you have the seeds at the same time? It just makes sense. And you can grow so many out of those seeds. And not all of them will germinate. That's why you plant so many. All right? Just a little tip if you care about it. Or if you know someone who loves to plant, it may not be your thing. It's not for everybody. Save the seeds anyway and give it to someone, right? Give it to someone who actually loves to garden. I'm telling y'all, for me, that's like the perfect gift. Give me a tree. My hairdresser, she actually plants stuff for me. One of these tomatoes actually came, Jordan, of course he's height right now. But that'll be the perfect gift to a gardener or someone who loves flowers. Like, it's just perfect, right? And they may not use it right away, but eventually there's always a use for it. And they may plant it and give it to someone else. All right? It's just the gift that keeps on giving. And it's a good way to experiment. Like, you're not wasting your money going out buying seeds and then your plant dies. Like, start with something that you bought from the store, grow it, and see if you can keep it alive. And then see if you can produce anything. Because I will say my peppers came in late this year. They turned later and they came. I still have peppers coming in right now. Now, I don't know if that's why or if it's because I don't use anything on mine or not. I don't really know. But I think other people, I'm not sure if they use anything, their peppers came in later as well. So again, I'm not really sure the cause. Ooh, I don't know about this one. I'm definitely going to save the seeds. Some of them. You see that? I don't think I'm using this one. I'm not taking no chances. But Excuse me. But I'm going to save the seeds. Those look pretty good. All right, I'm going to save those seeds and put those in a bag. Man, this whole thing done went to waste. I have another pepper over there. I was trying to save it to make me a little pepper later on, a stuffed pepper. But I'm just going to put this in the compost. Man, I hate wasting stuff. And then I'm going to cut up the onions, and then I will show y'all what it looks like in the pot. All right. So just to show y'all, I grabbed that other pepper. It ain't nothing on there. That's all the little seeds that was in there. So they're not all created equal. All right. That's crazy. I don't know if it's because it was in transition. It was trying to turn. But I'm going to use it anyway. And I had a few pieces in it that wasn't right. But I just cut that part off. It was more better pieces than not. Jordan. Jordan. You want to say hi? Look. You want to say hello? No. That's not nice. Alright, so I put all the bell peppers. Ooh, I don't like that. The onions. I'm putting my rosemary. I'm taking it all off. I added some of the basil leaves. I'm gonna save the others. I don't like the way this is looking. And I'm going to have some dirt, a lot more dirt. Because again, I grow this on my patio. I'm going to add the whole bay leaves in one of my jars with the garlic one that I'm going to make. Garlic and basil. Alright, so I'm just picking off the good ones. And rosemary is pretty strong. Even in the little scrub I made a week or two ago, I still have it. It's very strong. It actually smells like vapor rub, which I probably need right now. Alright, that is it. And the peppers I'll add again to my other jar. But I'm going to show y'all real quick. Get my rag. Show y'all what it looks like. And again, it's on low, but it's already cooking down. Like it's providing a lot of juice. And I didn't add any water to this. Let me turn this around. Alright, so you can see that. It's only been a few minutes. And that's how much juice is created already. Alright. That looks good already. Alright. So I'm going to keep turning that. And as it's going, I am going to add some, I think I ran out of oregano. What up, that marjoram, how you say it? The marjoram, I'm actually growing that outside, but here's some dried. I don't know what's in here, but I use it on like chicken and beef. This stuff is good. All right, I'm gonna probably just add a little bit of that. I said a little bit, I'm just sprinkling away. All right, and I have no real plan right now. I'm just adding things. Basil already got. Baileys, no celery salt, no chives, oregano. I ran out. I got rosemary, so I'm good on that. All right, I have some roasted garlic. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. I got this much pepper left. I need to get myself together. All right, I'm gonna add the rest of that. Oh, I forgot about these. I had chopped these up earlier. The rest of these green peppers so they don't go to waste. All right, y'all see my compost scraps? All that's going in there. all right, to feed my soil. I got onions in there already. And then once it actually cooks down, I'm actually gonna add some sugar, all right, to sweeten it up just a little bit. I think that's all I'm gonna add in there. Oh, and some smoked paprika. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. And I only have one pot. All right, now if I had planted like 20 something plants, I would have had way more. All right, so this is what it looks. All right, with all my seasonings in there. So I'm gonna just turn it a little bit. You can add as much or as less as you want. I haven't added any actual salt. I can't even talk. We're not big on salt here, but you can always add your own. It's like a little stew. It's something about looking at vegetables. I don't know if it's all the colors. Oop, it's stuck on the spoon. All right, you see some of the skin coming off. All right, and that is fine. Mix together here soon. All right, but I'm gonna let that continue to cook down. So I got about 40 minutes left before I need to start mixing it up. Man, it smells good. I might actually put some to the side and put it on something. I'm already thinking about it. I don't know what yet. It'll come to me. But like I said, I'm gonna peel these little garlic. I have 4 of them, 4 little cloves, and I'm gonna probably chop them the long way and then chop them in half and then put those in the jars, depending on how many I can get from this. All right, I love garlic. I love it. I actually don't have any in my garden right now, but I do have some turmeric out there. The plant itself is beautiful, but I mainly use turmeric and my juices, and it's good for your face. Some people ask me, oh man, your face is so clear, what do you put on it? Honestly, I've been using castor oil, and I love turmeric and garlic. Like, I could probably eat that every day. I drink a lot of turmeric and ginger and turmeric teas with lemon, and I love elderberry. This one is actual elderberry infused honey. I just bought this, y'all, 2 days ago. Why is this almost gone? All right, but I do have some elderberry drops. I do plan on planting my own elderberry tree, and I have from a local farm here. They have elderberry honey and tonic. All right, with other 12 herbs in here, turmeric and ginger, and I can't even pronounce that, but it's a medicinal plant. All right, inchination. It's close enough. All right, but all those have good natural healing properties. And I say it all the time, I really don't like taking medicine. I did just leave the hospital. They tried to give me something, and I was like, no thank you. You know, I just let it run its course. I really do believe in the natural medicine. Not saying none of it works. I just would prefer not to take it. It's just me. All right. So I'm gonna let that cook down, and I will bring you back to show you what it looks like. All right. So I just use my little immersion tool here and blended everything together, and it looks like sauce. And I'm gonna let this cook down for like another 30 minutes. but everything is blended together. Let me show y'all. Y'all see that? So that is the sauce after I blended everything together. Seeds and all. So while that's cooking down, I have the jars in the oven. I've already washed them. They're in the oven, pretty much keeping warm. So when I add this hot liquid, I don't have any cracked glass going on. So I'm gonna add hot liquid to a hot jar. And for this, I'm actually going to tighten the lids, and then I'm gonna turn them upside down so they can seal, and then I'm gonna store them away. And while I'm doing, I have 4 jars. I may actually be able to fill up all of them. I may need more. But one, I'm just gonna have garlic and basil. One, I'm gonna have garlic and hot peppers. One is just gonna be regular sauce. And the other one, I haven't decided yet. And these don't have, I'm gonna let this cook on low, covered for another 25 minutes. All right, so the sauce is done. Yep, they're done. All right, so I have my jars in the oven, really so they can dry because I washed them, and then it keeps them shiny. All right, and it just adds that little extra sanitation piece. So I have my little jar grabber. Let it go well. Alright, I had on the wrong end. Alright. I have the oven on 270. Alright, this way the jar, alright, is still warm, and I'm adding warm contents. Alright, it just finished boiling. So I have my little ladle here. What do you want? Go get it. Alright, and this should help with getting, I'm kind of remind myself not to touch. Let me turn it this way, see how this. Alright, remind myself not to touch the actual jar because it's hot. Alright, oh, I should have moved this closer. Alright, and I'm just gonna scoop in as neatly as I can the spaghetti sauce. Actually, I forgot. So no, this one's gonna be the regular with nothing else added. Alright. I feel like I need to clean some more jars. I only did 12. I only got 4 jars prepared, and this holds 3 cups. This is 3 cups right here. Daggone dogs out there, y'all hear them? And the way I'm doing it, because it's coming from, it just finished boiling. Covered up a little bit. All right, so it's full. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on. All right, and with this method, because everything is so hot, I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit. Everybody wants some attention right now.
I want monster.
Monster. Alright, oop. I'm gonna tighten this. Not super tight. Alright, so I'm gonna take it over here to the other towel and I'm gonna turn it upside down. Alright, and that way that heat, it'll cause it to seal. And then tomorrow I'm gonna check it and I should hear that. Well, no, I shouldn't hear it. I might hear it while it's over here. Jordan, that's not okay. This thing is dying. Here. Stop it now. Here. Excuse me. Alright, so tomorrow I should be able to see. Now I can do that. I can press on the top and it's popping back up. Tomorrow this should not happen. Alright, that means it didn't get a good seal. Alright, so right now it's able to pop up. And again, throughout the night, I will hear the. Alright, so I'm going to face this, put this upside down on another towel I have over here by the sink, and I'm going to cover it up. Alright, because again, you want it to cool slowly so you don't crack the glass. But y'all see that? You see the, look at that. I'm so excited. Alright, and that's just one. So here, I have it turned. Actually, I'm going to fill it up a little more. But it's turned upside down. Alright. So let me get, first I'm going to let this dog in. And then I'm going to fill up the rest of the jars. Alright, so I'm going to grab another jar. Excuse me. All right, for this one, let me move this over. All right, for this one, I'm going to add some garlic that I chopped up earlier. Some of the whole basil leaves that I saved and put to the side. Let me add some more garlic. All right, so that's my, let me try to pick it up. Alright, so I have a little bit of garlic. Probably could have added more, but I'm just experimenting right now. Alright, so I'm going to add some more sauce. Oh, I was like, wait, something don't look right. I forgot this. Can you imagine how many tomatoes you gotta grow to make enough tomato sauce or pizza sauce, lasagna sauce, marinara for like a year? And as I'm pouring it, it's actually mixed. You can see it floating up, and I got one up here. It's actually mixing up the ingredients for me. I think that's good. All right. Make sure my lids were clean. I didn't do this last time. All right. I'm gonna get a lid. You gotta hurry up and do it, because again, everything's supposed to be hot, so you don't have to do the whole, gotta get on there, the whole water bath canning process, right? Make sure it's good. And I'm gonna have to, I already know which one it is by where I'm gonna sit them. But I'm gonna make sure I label these so I know which one's which. All right, and I'm probably gonna have more traditional than the mixtures, just because you can always season your spaghetti sauce as you're cooking. All right, so I'm gonna turn this one over because I may not want to make a huge dish one time. All right, for this one though, it's gonna be a spicy one. So I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic. And I have some hot peppers. I got serranos, some Thai, hot Thai. I have a Mexican bell pepper. I like spice. I'm gonna add a few. I'll probably make 2 of these. Oops. It's about to be good. Get my little, all right. It smells good too. And again, you don't have to grow, if you didn't grow your own or maybe they didn't turn out, you know, this time. Again, there's several people close by. You got like your farmers markets. All right, you can go support them, your local farmers. And go buy from them. Or maybe you want to go to the grocery store or, you know, a family market that sells tomatoes. That way you're still supporting, all right? So that's definitely an option. I done brought him in, he's still mine. All right, tighten this one. Again, I'll know which ones is which because I can see what's in it. And I'll make sure I label them once everything's in cool down. All right, and same thing, I'm gonna turn this one over. All right, so this is the next day. All right, I'm uncovering. And really, I'm just checking the seal. All right, and as you can see, I press and there's no popping. So they sealed. That's just one. Let me check the others. This one's sealed. This one has sealed. This one has sealed. This one has sealed. Uh-oh, I heard something, but it ain't coming up now. That one has sealed as well. So all of my jars sealed. So I am happy about that. So I have 6 jars of spaghetti pasta sauce. All right. I have 2 traditional. I have 2 spicy and 2 with garlic and basil. And there we go.